30 seconds before we start the video, this is Mutayan bin Abdullah, the producer of Shakhbar channel on YouTube. As the second video of our new series, we picked the top third nation of the channel's views, which is Iraq. This time we collaborated with Iraqi families and restaurants to deliver the best experience possible. We hope you enjoy the video and do not forget to subscribe. Mutayan bin Abdullah.
Okay.
Oh my lord.
Holy heavens.
So, what we're going to try today is Iraqi food. So last time you were here, you tried the Egyptian one, you said it tastes similar to things you had before. So this time, Iraqi people challenge you to try this.
Okay.
Compared to something you had before.
Okay.
So, what we are going to try today is Iraqi food.
Really?
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
And
Sorry, I was way too excited about that.
It sounds good.
a lot of it. Carb, protein, and fat. They have a lot of spices in their food.
I've always eaten heavy food my entire life, so I'm used to it.
So if
We'll see what this food's like.
Hi, I'm Jeff.
I'm Michelle. This is my boyfriend.
Oh, we did it backwards the other time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Doesn't work.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
And I'm Jeff.
This is my boyfriend.
That's too close to the last one.
Okay.
Just do regular.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
And I'm Jeff.
And this is my boyfriend.
Hi, my name's Colton Brooks. I am a junior at Indiana University of Pennsylvania, and I'm studying communications media.
I'm Bruce Storycamp, and
Samantha Storycamp. I'm an actor,
right.
mostly stage, some film, and we have a soap company. So that's what we do all day is we play with oil. So there, that's what we do.
My name is Joe Fischel. This is my second episode of Non-Arabs React to Arabic Food. My first episode was Non-Arabs React to Egyptian Food.
This is called qima.
Obviously there's rice.
Just kind of like rice and maybe like sloppy Joe.
Every part of Iraq makes it differently. This is from the Najaf nation.
This doesn't really look like anything I've had before, and the way it looks similar to something I've had before, but not the same.
The color is beautiful in this anyway.
Is that like a saffron?
That's what I was
or-
wondering, so.
We're doing this thing.
It's a different taste. I've never tasted that before.
That's really good.
This reminds me of Indian food.
I like Indian food.
Oh my god.
That's really good.
It's an interesting taste.
It kind of reminds me of like a college meal.
Masala?
I almost want to say it's a little tangy in there. It's really, that's amazing.
I would say there might be maybe beef gravy, maybe not beef itself, but something to do with beef.
It's kind of like a chili.
Mildly spicy.
Why are there not more Iraqi restaurants?
I just know why there are not more plates.
Is there beef in it?
Yeah, there is
Okay.
like beef and chickpeas smashed together and until they give you this
Okay.
consistency.
You might have told me that before, but I was listening to everything else.
The flavor goes over like the whole mouth as opposed to just sort of like sitting in one area like food sometimes does.
I don't get texture of meat because it's extremely mashed.
And I like the fact that it's bright yellow because it makes me happy.
This is a hard one to describe. It's almost like I'd say this should be maybe on a meat rather than on rice.
But I like it.
I'm so hungry.
I want to know what that tangy is, though. I don't know if it's citrus or something else.
Say something smart.
Exotic.
It's exotic.
It's really good, though.
Born in the wrong part of the world.
Just might have to get the recipe to this.
It's a little sweet.
What? You grew up on German food. I grew up on British food. So, hey.
What was it called again?
Qima.
It's not as bland as the other stuff we had. last
Yeah,
time.
it's like
There's more
flavorful, but it's
spices
not
and flavors.
overwhelming. We got the boring stuff.
We did.
We did.
It's much better.
I'm starting to taste the meat a little bit now.
Yeah, it tastes like meat, but it's not like the main thing I'm tasting.
I give it at least a 9.
Yeah, I was about to say like 9.2.
I'd say probably a 7.
I'll give it an 8 or 9. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Kebab.
Oh.
All you.
What is this? I'm
Okay,
so
it's more
excited.
meat on top of rice. We got some pita things.
Do we have to eat this a certain way?
This is what?
No.
Tomatoes?
This is Iraqi kebab.
To me, looking at this looks more kind of like a Mediterranean type dish.
You know what this reminds me of?
But
This
one of
reminds
us-
me of a doner kebab.
You can do whatever you want.
Just
Get creative.
Yeah, I want to
I want this.
What is this then?
well, I like Mexican food, so I'll try to mash a bunch of different cultures here.
Yeah.
The meat's really good. You can like taste all the different spices and stuff put into it.
It's prepared differently than I've had lamb before. That's why I wouldn't guess it, but it's a smoky taste to it.
Very chewy.
Yep, it's very similar to kind of like the version of Gyro.
When you add the dressing to it, that really accentuates it. That really adds a lot to it. I maybe guess it was a type of chicken that was smoked.
I love food.
Like American meat, as I was like when it's cooked, it's very much like it has no real flavor except for just the protein. But this has the flavor of the cooking itself. You actually kind of get the smoke and everything else, or however it's prepared. That's really nice.
No, I haven't had something like this before. No,
Rockies are
definitely not.
winning now.
Yeah.
Very like savory.
It's
Simple.
It's simple. It's kind of earthy in some ways because you get the onion, you get the meat, but it's pretty much it's very simply that. It's not trying to be overcomplicated.
This is a great channel.
It seems like it's not trying to be anything more than what it is.
You can tell the different spices and stuff. It's just like full of flavor.
You still love me even though I eat a lot, right?
Not juicy, but not dry.
This has some lamb, right?
I could eat this all the time.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a nice little mixture.
So correction, beef and lamb
Oh
ground
no,
up.
I left the rice in the sauce.
I'm not a big fan of lamb usually, but there's enough beef in this that it tones it down, and it's a nice flavor.
Like 7 or 8 out of 10.
I'd give that a 9.
Probably more like an 8, just because of simplicity.
Yeah.
Not that simple is a bad thing.
No.
I like the meat. Like I said, I think the sauce, if you just have the meat without the sauce, it's maybe a 7 or 8, but the sauce really accentuates the taste of it and kind of adds a lot to the flavor.
Okay.
Oh my lord.
Holy heavens.
It
No, that
yeah,
looks
that's
like grape leaves, and then that looks like some kind of.
Let me try to explain what you are seeing.
Please.
What you are seeing is what's called dolma. Stuffed onion, grape leaves,
Grape
eggplants.
leaves,
No,
Eggplants.
eggplants, yeah.
And is that a tomato in there too? This.
And yeah,
Ooh, this looks like the spicy one.
a lot of people for 3 years now asked me to do this dish.
Oh my gosh! What the is this?
This definitely looks like I've grown up eating stuffed peppers. And this is what stuffed peppers kind of looks like here.
So they're all dolmas.
Yeah, it's the dolma is this is what you are seeing here.
But these look exotic. Like
Yeah.
this is something like when I was going to guess like Arabic food, it would look something like this where I'm not.
Because we're so you eat it,
First crack at it.
or the only if you eat it fast enough.
No, I want one of the tomatoes.
I know.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Like I haven't seen something that looks like this before, tasted something like this before. Just a different taste to it. And the way you described it, all the ingredients in it and all the foods, it definitely is different than what I've had before.
You want to do an onion?
Yeah, we'll do an onion.
Yeah. That's really good.
This is the best one.
Very rich, like, that's a lot of flavor.
That's a different taste than I've had before. That's a lot different.
But there's something that's like
It's very lemony and
And here I was gonna let you have the entire grape leaf to yourself because I'm that wife.
There's a lot of stuff happening. It's like different flavors are hitting at different times.
Is there pomegranate sauce on here?
All of them.
All of it? Okay.
tomato is amazing.
The possibilities are endless.
Juicy, but not like drippy. It's like a weird way to describe it, but it's just like a ton of flavor.
This is sweeter than this. It has a very sweet taste to it.
That's very different. I really like it.
It's like the sharp flavor of tomatoes.
Yeah.
This sauce, like all it's covered in, is so good.
It's like sweet and sour.
It really, it's really sweet on your tongue. It really like hits the sweet part of your tongue.
That's awesome.
I had grape leaves through, like, it was Italian, like, dish, and I didn't like it very much.
It's not candy, but it's sweet like candy.
It's almost caramelized in the pan. So that's just that adds to the flavor in itself.
So far, I'm loving it. So I'm gonna try to. I think this is the onion.
This is the onion one.
It's the onion.
Arab's got it right.
That's the best way to describe these three so far. It's very sweet.
Obviously, the insides overpower the taste of the onion.
Yeah, they did it better than
Better than
Italians. Sorry, Italians.
The taste, which is really the gravy that does it.
Why do we not have Iraqi restaurants?
Now I know if I go there what to get.
it's kind of hard to describe because it's so new to me.
As a food in general, I just love that. It's just everything.
It's complicated.
Yeah, it's much more complicated. While the second one was very
Right.
just
It's like polar
neutral.
opposite of the second one.
Yeah.
I feel like all my taste buds were just like, "Yee."
The sauce is really the thing that makes the taste.
Yeah.
So
I like
burpy. I'm
this.
so sorry.
I don't think I'd want to have this all the time. I think I can see why they'd have it at more formal events or on holidays or just when maybe you have guests would come over.
This is the most intense of the three we had.
This is like
Like,
I
super
feel my
intense.
body like shiver a little bit when I, not in a bad way, like it's like activating like all my senses. It's like, oh, there's a lot going on here. Whoop.
The taste is different. It's not necessarily bad. It's not necessarily good. It's just something that I think you really have to acquire a taste for it.
I really like the tomato one a lot.
I'm between tomato and grape leaf, I think, for best.
This, and then this.
9 for these first two, 9 or 10 for the zucchini, and then I'm not a big fan of tomato. It was still good. I'd give it a 7.
I'd have to give this a 7.
9.8. I really like it. I'm always worried to give anything a 10 because I'm like, but there could be something else.
I would say an even 9 because it's a little squishy and I like having just a little bit more texture.
Mouthfeel of it, yeah.
Me. I could eat this all the time.
Okay. I have something new to learn apparently to learn how to make these.
Dish number 1, what do you say?
6.5.
And I'm doing a 7.
What about the Iraqi kebab?
Iraqi.
That was a 9. I
Yeah.
really like that.
Solid 9.
9.
Third one.
7.8.
You want me to give it
7.5. 7.5. It was just.
Wait, yeah. I could do 7.8. I'll give it 8.
I mean, I think like the most common thing was there was rice with each meal.
It's really hard to describe to something that I've had before because it looks similar, but the taste is really different and something I've never had before, never experienced. So that's why I want to do this, to experience something exotic, and that was definitely exotic.
If this is basically a nice sample of what it is, I'd be all over it all the time.
I think
It's amazing.
anybody who likes Lebanese food or likes Indian food would have absolutely no problem with this whatsoever.
It's very flavorful.
It was all like surprisingly, like with the spices and stuff, made it very tasty.
Not as exotic as I thought it might be when we were going into it.
The first dish kind of reminded me almost, just kind of how it looked, kind of reminded me of pasta.
I think it's a type of taste that you have to really grow up with. I'm old enough, I'm used to a certain taste of things, and that's something totally different to me.
But it was definitely different than, American food.
But yeah, it was all really good. Especially that last meal was very like, the sauce was really good. I feel like that sauce, you could just keep it and put it on pretty much anything. It'd probably taste good.
If all you can handle is tacos, it might be
Yeah.
right. But then you need to get out more.
Very true.
I can't imagine your average American having a problem with it.
It's like easy to eat. Does that make sense?
I would give it a thumbs up. I'd give it a 2 thumbs way up.
I'm going to go with 1.5 thumbs up.
Thumbs up? How many thumbs up?
2 thumbs up.
4 thumbs up.
That one, his. We'll
Yeah.
borrow some. We'll steal one from the neighbor's kid.
That's fine.